I got a couple. Just want to clarify, when I say balanced budget and when I say fiscal accountability, I'm not talking about at the expense of our students. I can be very clear. We have 2 director positions that are open. That's $200,000. I'm sure that's enough to fund the math program. I don't feel we need to fill either of those positions, especially at $100,000. We are not in a position to keep up with the Joneses, meaning that we cannot pay the salaries that they're being paid in Grace Lake Learning. We need to really reevaluate our school district, our system, and we're going to have to tailor those salaries to what we can afford here in Waukegan. Additionally, let's see. I like to see those award ceremonies combined all into one. We have entirely too many ceremonies, too many costs. I did attend that ELL ceremony with Sunny, and it was interesting to say the least. There was a full mariachi band. There was a DJ, $1,500 spent in flowers, and then the bounty for golf course. I'm sure that was $15 a plate. I'm sure that cost us several $1,000s just for that one event. One of their top students that was graduating spoke flawless Spanish and enough English to get him a job as a janitor or maybe a lawn maintenance worker. That individual, I felt, was being cheated out of an education. I was very, very embarrassed for the district attending that award ceremony. I just want to put that out there. I just really don't, I feel that we did not serve the community as we are charged to do. And that is really tragic when there are individuals out here, such as Mr. Sanchez, who received awarded at that event, who really give their time to this district, who really believe that we can make a difference in the lives of our children. So I really felt that was just a tragedy for tenants, the way that whole ceremony was set up, and I would like to see that discontinued. I would very much like to see that discontinued. And then my last issue is security. During the election process, my polling place is an elementary school. There was no security there at all. And when you walk through the doors, if you walk maybe 10 feet, there's where the bathrooms were. A pedophile could easily hid out in those bathrooms, molested one of our children. There was no one there to stop them, to circumvent it from happening. It was just open, just come on in, do whatever you want, and no one was there guarding our children. I have an issue with that.
I had the opportunity last week to go to Jack Benny, where we had a real nice write-up in the newspaper regarding the nutrition implementation, fruits and vegetables, and I heard Anita talk about this maybe a month ago, and then they had a nice write-up, and the nurse, Miss Kuhn, who's been a real proponent of eating healthy and getting children exercise. She has them walking around all the backstops, the whole athletic field and around the school. It's probably a mile. They do that before they eat lunch. They offer fresh fruits and vegetables. I had a dish of it. It's very nice. She, and a concern and a thought is that she says, well, Airmark wasn't going to implement this district-wide until we did an assessment for a year. I don't think we need an assessment. That's an obvious no-brain thing to do. Let's get this good food out to these kids and offer it first and left. She's got a model situation there, replicated. We don't have to reinvent anything. I think that should be school-wide. I think it helps our students. The graffiti, is trade-off still here? Here's the rule. Here's my 30-second dissertation on graffiti. When you see it, cover it up. Remove it one way or the other. As soon as you see it, get it covered up. That's the best preventative thing you can do. Duct tape and cardboard until you can get it done properly. That should be a charge to everybody in our community. When you see graffiti, cover it up. Newspapers, anything, get it covered. Like dogs go to fire hydrants, more graffiti gets more graffiti. Please, take it upon yourself to cover it up and then get it removed the proper way in the next couple of days. Don't let them have the enjoyment of seeing their mess. I did get to see the boys volleyball team. They look pretty good. I think they're probably in the state tournament right now. I was very impressed by a few of the players that did show that they have a year-round program. So that's done.
I'd like to add that I attended the high school awards night and scholarships. I was a little disappointed. I've gone to 30 years, And this year, when the winners were announced, there were a number of students who were not present to obtain their awards. There was one lady who had her hands full juggling all the certificates she had, and she must have called about 15 names. There was only one student out of those 15 that were there. I think that we need to do something better than what we're doing now, and encourage the students and their parents to be present when these awards and scholarships are given out, because the people who are presenting these, they're going to feel disappointed by not having the individual present to accept their award after they've gone through perhaps taking fundraisers to obtain the money for the scholarships or what have you. I think we need to tell our students and their parents, you should be there. If you want the certificate, you better be there, because otherwise you're showing the donor that you don't care that much. So this is something I think we really need to work on. I also attended the JROTC Awards Night and Dinner, and I can tell you our JROTC students are well-mannered, very nice young men and women, and a large number of the award winners were women, which is very surprising. I did find out that they did recruiting in the middle schools this year, and that next year they expect to have a larger number, perhaps 100 or more students that are going to be involved in the JROTC program. And I think it's a good program for students to learn leadership and respect for their fellow students, and how to dress properly and how to be very polite and all of the things that come along with that. And I also received a phone call about our SPC students who were taking a train from Waukegan to Highland Park to see a presentation down there. I was told there was perhaps about 200 students. They said that our students were well-dressed, well-behaved, and a real asset to Waukegan. And they just wanted me to know and to let others know that these young people really represented us very well. So we need to be very proud of our young people walking in. And that concludes the board members' time. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of legal matters and personnel matters.
So moved.
Motion by Mr.
And I would point out to the audience, no further action taken.
Yes, there will be no further action after Thank you very much for coming, and hope to see you at the next meeting.
You know when I come, I take those calendars